Known as the Magic City, Miami is a must-visit destination in South Florida. Are you ready for pristine beaches, delicious cuisine, rich culture, endless water sports, and national parks with us?
This is Magellan.
And this is Greyhound.
Where we make videos about epic road trips, kayaking, hiking, and other outdoor adventures.
We've been here a few times, and can safely say, this is a very fun city. We've also made separate longer videos for many of the things you'll see, so check out our trip playlist. We'll link above, at the end, and in the description. Our first recommendation is to hop on a boat tour. What better way to be acquainted with the third largest skyline in the United States? In addition to the city itself, you can see Miami Beach, Biscayne Bay, and islands with some really expensive celebrity homes. After you're done with your tour, check out the Bayside Marketplace at Miami Marina. Not only do boat tours begin here, but there are fishing charters as well. Bayside is the home of Skyviews Miami, the Ferris wheel that rises 176 feet over the marketplace, and features 42 climate-controlled gondolas. The marketplace also has a slew of restaurants, cafes, shops, and bars. Next, let's head to the Miami Beach Marina to do some parasailing. Like the boat tour, this is a fun and exciting way to see Miami and Miami Beach from above, as well as Biscayne Bay and the Atlantic Ocean. Despite my fear of heights, it was not that terrifying, and I found it to be a fairly calm experience. The views were beautiful, and they even dipped us into the water, with our consent.
I am not afraid of heights. I was actually really surprised at how much the heights kind of creeps me out. I kept looking down at the water and seeing how high we were.
We then went for some eats at a Miami institution that's been around for over 100 years, Joe's Stone Crab.
The bartender here claims that Joe's invented the stone crab market.
Caught locally around Florida, these were absolutely delicious, especially with the mustard sauce. Available only from October to May. Make sure to eat these when they're in season. Nearby Joe's and the marina is South Pointe Park, located in Miami's famous South Beach neighborhood. Among its 17 acres is the South Pointe Lighthouse, which is an art sculpture and not an actual lighthouse. There are a variety of walkways through palm trees and fountains, nice sloping hills to lay down and relax, and you'll get some great views of Biscayne Bay too. There is also a steakhouse and a cafe. Last but not least, there's the iconic South Pointe Pier, which provides beautiful views of the water and our next suggestion, South Beach. If you're looking to enjoy beautiful beach views or get yourself a nice suntan, check out South Beach. Maybe you like to people watch or watch others parasail. Maybe you like seeing advertisements in the ocean. Or maybe you just want to relax.
So I've been here about a half an hour and there's already been like 5 people coming by to sell beer and water, frozen cocktails. This is great.
Oh, and you should swim here. The water was so warm, and the views were pretty cool too.
I love that it's 20 degrees in New York right now, and I'm not in New York.
While you're at South Beach, or along any of the beaches in Miami Beach, make sure to check out the iconic Lifeguard Towers, which are all different styles and colors, and stretch for miles. Designed by various architects and artists, these 31 Lifeguard Towers are all unique, and were part of Miami's revival after the destruction of the area caused by Hurricane Andrew in 1992. Our next suggestion is to check out Ocean Drive, a major thoroughfare through the South Beach neighborhood. Here you'll see the streets lined with hotels, restaurants, clubs, and bars in the Art Deco style that Miami is famous for. The very first time we visited Miami, we rented bikes and rode them along this, and it was so much fun. Ocean Drive is only 1.5 miles in length, but there's so much to do. While on Ocean Drive, check out the Art Deco Museum and Welcome Center. It's not very large, but contains various exhibits showing Miami's architectural history, from the Mediterranean Revival to Mimo, and of course, Art Deco. It even provides more context for the Lifeguard Towers we showed you earlier along Miami Beach. Entry's $5, and they also have various walking tours you can book on their website. Lummus Park is a 74-acre public park just east of Ocean Drive. Located between 5th and 15th Streets, it's a part of Miami's architectural district and was used as a backdrop for many scenes from the TV show Miami Vice. You can also see people working out at Muscle Beach, a nod to the original in Santa Monica, California that began the fitness boom. So Miami's a lot of fun, and maybe our next location isn't, but you should visit the Holocaust Memorial if you have time. Feel free to skip this section if you're only looking for good times. You may be asking yourself, why is there a Holocaust Memorial in Miami Beach anyway? Well, because at the time, Miami had one of the highest populations of survivors in the United States. In addition to various sculptures around the pavilion, there's a circular walkway along the memorial wall, where you can read the names of those lost in the Holocaust. For us, the real intensity of the memorial comes from walking through the corridor and seeing the sculptures of the children and the giant hand outstretched towards the sky. When the memorial was opened in 1990, Eli Wiesel was a guest speaker at the dedication ceremony, and an adjacent street was renamed in his honor. On the other side of the Holocaust Memorial is the Miami Botanical Garden, a tropical oasis featuring over 100 different species. While small, walking through this lush shaded landscape could be a welcome respite from the sun. It showcases many native Florida plants and is open every day except Mondays and some holidays. While you're in Miami, definitely go dancing. And if you don't know how to dance, that would be me. Take a dancing class. We took a salsa class at Mango's Tropical Cafe along Ocean Drive, and we're showing all the moves. Doesn't mean I was able to do them, but it was still a fun experience. We were also given mojitos and Cuban food during breaks, and were given free reign of the club afterwards to enjoy the various shows or tear up the dance floor. Yeah, you know I didn't do that. Speaking of Cuban food, it's time to head to Little Havana. Your best bet is to head to Calle Ocho, also known as Southwest 8th Street or the Tam Miami Trail. Here you can take in an independent or foreign film at the Tower Theater, go dancing at the Ball and Chain nightclub, watch folks play dominoes in Domino Park, enjoy some live music, or check out some cigar rolling in a cigar shop. There's also the Bay of Pigs Memorial and the Calle Ocho Walk of Fame, featuring many famous celebrities, especially the singer Celia Cruz, who has her own mural as well. Also, since roosters are a symbol in Cuban culture, not only will you find several statues of them here, but you will find real gallos here as well. Oh yeah, and there's this thing called Cuban food. Not only will you find Cuban food in Little Havana, but pretty much anywhere in the Miami area. We ate it nearly every day. Make sure to try the croquetas, which are deep fried and usually filled with ham, chicken, fish, or yuca. Ropa vieja, consisting of shredded beef, onions, peppers, and spices, is a favorite of this 99% vegetarian. Try the yummy vaca frita with some sweet plantains, and congri, also known as moros and cristianos, a tasty black beans and Cuban rice mixture. Or for my fellow sweet tooths, eat a delicious guava pastelito. If you're the beer type, Hatui is a nice Cuban beer to wash your food down with. If you're not the beer type, you must drink a mojito cocktail. And if you don't drink at all, this is un cortadito, a Cuban espresso, that I should not have drank so late in the evening. Lastly, try a medianoche, which means midnight in Spanish, likely to soak up all the dancing and drinking you may have been doing up to this point. It consists of ham, roasted pork, pickles, Swiss cheese, mustard, on soft, slightly sweet bread made with eggs. Does that sound familiar? It's because it is. The Cubano, the more famous sandwich, is pretty much identical to the medianoche, except it uses pressed Cuban bread. And you must try it when in Miami. We ate it a lot. At Saleo in Little Havana, at Senor Pan, at Versailles, the self-proclaimed most famous Cuban restaurant in Miami, and at our favorite place, called Sandwich.
Oh, it looks very good, you guys.
Oh, I like that. It has a little more pickles than some of the other Cubans we've been getting.
This is probably the best one.
Yeah. I think this is the best one so far.
Seriously, you should brush up on your Spanish from 7th grade, or be prepared to have Google Translate at the ready on your phone. Over 70% or so of Miami is Latino, and we highly suggest you learn a few words or phrases other than Donde está el baño and Cuánto cuesta ahí en tu familia. We visited a few restaurants where the only bilingual speaker was the busboy. Our next stop is the Wynwood neighborhood, known as Little San Juan or El Barrio, due to its many Puerto Rican immigrants. As Miami's art district and one of the largest outdoor galleries in the world, there are also many restaurants, bars, and breweries here. But the real thing to see as you're driving or strolling around is the street art, in particular the murals, which brings us to our next spot. As one of the most prominent places in the Wynwood Arts District, you've got to visit the Wynwood Walls, a revitalization project spearheaded by real estate developer Tony Goldman. Opened in 2009, the walls contain 35 murals across 6 warehouses and 2 galleries. Attracting artists from all over the world, while some murals are permanent, most will change from year to year. The exhibit also contains sculptures as well, in addition to the murals. Whether you're an artist yourself or just visiting like us, book yourself a mural painting experience through a site like Airbnb or Viator like we did.
Do different shades of blue to show like the water.
We spent several hours learning all different techniques using stencils, brushes, rollers, and spray cans.
Oh, I see what you're doing.
It was a lot of fun, and it was nice to see how we were able to carve out our own little spot at this very visible entrance to Wynwood, knowing that some other yahoos just like us would paint over what we'd done.
And it wouldn't matter anyway, because life is meaningless, and screw it. I'm gonna eat that extra slice of pizza, and that ice cream, and those french fries. And no, I'm not waking up to run 8 miles tomorrow. I'm gonna go sleep, okay? Okay? Okay?
And now for something you likely didn't know you wanted to do, but now you need to after seeing it. Flyboarding. Invented in 2012 and still not that widespread, flyboarding is a fun and challenging water sport. While connected to a jet ski which forces water through a hose to the flyboard, you basically get to pretend you're Iron Man in the water. We tried, we failed, we tried and failed some more. And maybe we got the hang of it a little, but no. We did not become masters in a single session, but we sure had a lot of fun. Because we went flyboarding, we ran out of time and couldn't go jet skiing, but this is something you should do in Miami. The water here is so warm and the views in every direction are fantastic. Check out Biscayne National Park, 95% of which is underwater, and therefore a great place for kayaking, scuba diving, snorkeling, and windsurfing. We took a boat tour around Biscayne Bay and visited the Stiltsville Shacks, 3 lighthouses, such as Cape Florida, Fowey Rocks, and Boca Chica Lighthouse, which is located on Boca Chica Key, the most visited island in the park. After checking out the top of the lighthouse, we'll explore the island a little bit before returning back to Miami. Definitely check out Zoo Miami, the 5th largest and only tropical zoo in the United States. At over 750 acres, 4 miles of walkways, and 3,000 animals of around 500 species, this can take all day if you want. We loved seeing the different types of elephants, lions, and meerkats, and Greyhound was especially smitten by this koala.
He's so cute.
And while you'll see the ever-popular giraffe, it was cool to see other animals we usually don't see, like flamingos or the Cuban crocodile. Speaking of crocodiles. While not the only reason to visit, Everglades National Park is the only place in the world where crocodiles and alligators coexist, due to its freshwater and saltwater mix. Home to 9 different ecosystems and encompassing 1.5 million acres, it's a fantastic place to visit if you want to do some bird watching, alligator spotting, just don't get too close, or even trying to catch a glimpse of a manatee. There are plenty of hiking trails, many of them paved or with a boardwalk, and there are also plenty of places to relax. If hopping on a boat or canoe or kayak is your thing, there's that too. Located in Homestead, just outside of the Everglades, is the Robert is Here fruit stand. In order to help sell produce, Robert's father put a sign out in 1959 that he was here, and a star was born.
They are most famous for their tropical fruits and their milkshakes, so that is what we're going to check out today.
The amount of rare and exotic fruit here was astounding. They also sell other things like veggies and snacks. And there's even a petting zoo outside too.
I got a lot of stuff. I don't know what half of it is, but she gave me a little pamphlet so we can match it up later.
This is absolutely delicious.
No, and in case anyone's wondering, Robert is here. The next spot we suggest is Key Largo, one of the best diving spots in the world. We took an excursion out into the ocean where we went snorkeling in 2 areas called the Grecian Rocks and the Dry Rocks, and it was awesome. Clear, warm water, tons of fish and coral, and this amazing statue of Jesus Christ. It's called the Christ of the Abyss, and is a replica of the original in the Mediterranean off the coast of Italy. Snorkelers and scuba divers alike flock to see this amazing underwater statue. It seems there are breweries everywhere now, but why visit the ones in Miami? Because South Florida is home to many tropical fruits, and those fruits go really well in beer, especially sour or fruit beers. Check out MIA Brewing, Tripping Animals, or Spanish Murray for some fruity concoctions while you're out and about. And definitely check out J. Wakefield in Wynwood, who makes the 2 highest rated Berliner Weisses in the world, and has the coolest Star Wars murals. The Port of Miami is home to 22 cruise ship lines and is the cruise capital of the world. We didn't go on a cruise while here, but if you're so inclined, this is a great place to begin one. Going past these massive ships was pretty cool to see. Lastly, eat some food in Little Haiti. We ate at a place called Piment Bouc, where we had griots, which is pork marinated in citrus, fried plantains, conch, and some rice and red beans, and it was delicious. And that's a wrap, folks. As with any list, there's more that we didn't do than what we did, so feel free to let us know where else we should go, or anyone else watching this video should go. We'll see you on the trails or in the water.